Hello, collective. Welcome back to my channel. This is Divine Eye Mystic Tarot. Thank you guys for joining me. Y'all know what? People be so damn nosy. Um, People be so. I think it's a lot of people. It could be this is for someone, but you could be experiencing like or going through the fact, or somebody's like being nosy, like somebody watching you or trying to see what you're doing, or somebody using their kids to see what you're doing. You know how like when parents sometimes speak about negatively about somebody, even if their kids don't know who that person is, per se, but when they around that person or in that area, they watching that person, not that they being told to, for some of you or somebody in particular, but because they just know of somebody speaking about you negatively, or like negatively, somebody speaking to you negatively, got people around them, even their kids, like watching you, monitoring you, like a monitoring spirit, even if they ain't being told to do it. So they, come off like they just, minding their business or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But they really like clocking your teeth, you know what I'm saying? Like they really like watching, you know what I'm saying? And reporting back, like seeing what they catch or what they can see, based on what is being talked about. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have to be their kids, but it's somebody, that they may be younger. You know what I'm saying? This could be for somebody younger. But yeah, like it's like somebody, you know, speaking negatively about you, but it's like people that they around, even their kids, okay, is like watching you, like going out of their way to watch you. Whenever they see you, they watching you. And I used to tell, people like in the past, like when it came to like school situations and stuff like that, you can tell when a bunch of boys, random boys want to fight you, they got beef with you, they want to be, unfriendly, real harsh towards you or whatever, come at you real strong. It's because some girls is, what I'm saying, it's some girls or some other boys or something that dig you, you know what I'm saying? Like they all right with you, they saying nice shit about you. And the people that don't really want to have nothing to say good about you, they end up, wanting to watch you more and more, you know what I'm saying, because of what people saying. And then they start to, react towards you based off what other people are saying about you in a good way. Especially when you be like, damn, what I do to them? You know what I'm saying? Why they feel like that toward me? Like, why they act like that around me or whatever? Like, why they don't come at you like that? It's because somebody's speaking good about you. People speak good about you, you know what I'm saying? Out of 5, 10 people, you know what I'm saying? 2 people might speak something good about you, but that'll make the other, people that don't feel that same way, or, how some folks will go toward people that they feel like the majority, you know what I'm saying, don't like you. So they going to go that way. It take a strong person, child or adult, to fall back and be like, nah, I ain't going to dislike somebody just because you dislike them. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my own, experience with them, or let me see what I observed before I just jump on the bandwagon with y'all, because, you know what I'm saying, I done been there before, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know that person like that, so they ain't really did nothing toward me. But if you verbalize that, now they know not to do certain stuff around you when it come to that person, because they see that you ain't on board with the rest of them, so that could be going on for somebody. But it's got people talking, whatever you doing, or whoever you are, you just could be, and you could be a light worker. Because chosen ones, a lot of times have people that will, you know, they got that shine about you, you know what I'm saying? You got that glow, you know what I'm saying? You got that energy about you that just make people stare or want to watch you, even from a distance, even if they don't know you, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's, fueled behind somebody, feeling some type of way about you, good or bad, you know what I'm saying? But it's making people around them, even their kids, like watch you. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to, be low key with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just walk down the street like I'm doing this, or let me just walk past like I'm, listening to my music. I ain't studying nobody, but they really are. You know what I'm saying? But then they'll go back and tell that person like what they saw. Like, that person you were talking about. I just saw them. They were such and such. You know what I'm saying? But it's right up that person alley that they telling it to, because they know that person that say shit about you. So somebody could be going through that, because it just, like, soon as I looked out the window, I seen that vision of somebody doing it, like walking past, like nobody literally doing it, but my mind's eye showing me somebody walking past, like they listening to something on their headphones, their ear pods or something like that. But they watching, you know what I'm saying? Like they keep looking, or they going out of their way to act like they doing something, but they really not, you know what I'm saying? And then they go back and they talking to somebody, like telling them what they saw, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't like the person telling them to do it. It's just they know this person speaks on that person in whatever way, but I feel like it's, it seems like it's negatively. First card out, you made a huge believer out of me. My God, my goal is making one out of myself. So you made a huge believer out of somebody. Like somebody may have thought you wouldn't change, or they thought you would stay the same. You be the same, same old you, or somebody thought, you didn't have it in you to do something, to walk away, or, switch up, or lead them along, whatever the case may be. Now somebody, goal is making, one out of themselves, making a believer out of themselves. Like, if you can do it, I can do it. That's what somebody on. If you can do it, I can do it. So you made a believer out of somebody, man or woman. That's what they saying. You made a believer out of me. Yeah. So it's time for them to make one out of themselves with the Chariot, when they going through some type of transformation with the death or something like that. But yeah, somebody using spell work to try to cause you an accident, it wanted to come out. Somebody doing spell work to cause somebody an accident. Shit, that's why I say y'all do y'all return to senders. Give your ancestors, they thanks. You know what I'm saying? Converse with them, talk to them. So they behind the scenes, like, got your whole damn back out here. Give me some more on this message. This is a general reading, so only take what resonates, you guys. Leave the rest. The entire reading may not resonate with you, alright? But you made a believe out of somebody, boo. Next card showed me exactly why you didn't deserve me. Thank you. So you made a believe out of somebody, but at the same time, they gave you good reason, why they didn't deserve you. They showed you that. They actions, showed you, just how much they appreciated you. So that was, somebody may have been a lesson to you, and you were made a believer out of somebody else. Like they say, you a lesson. You could be the lesson of the blessing. Stop playing. Somebody still feel like they got a chance with you. Stop playing. On the reverse side, it says still got a chance with you. Somebody feel like they still got a chance with you. So they, in this mindset, this attitude, like, stop playing. Next card, intimidated by your intuition every time I think of coming near you. So somebody, they intimidated. Like, we'll say Five of Swords, like somebody, feel some type of way when it come to like the light that you hold, you know what I'm saying, your intuition, because you listen to it. You listen to it. And somebody don't like that. Like, if your intuition told you to walk away from somebody, shit, and don't look back, you did that. You know what I'm saying? If your intuition told you you're going to be all right, drop everything, Craig in trouble, come quick, you did that. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to somebody knowing the energy you hold, that high priestess, energy that you hold, you could be a seer, could be a medium, but your intuition is on fire. So it's not something that somebody really can, say that ain't working for you. You know what I'm saying? Because if you made a decision based off, no communication or no information from them, but you still got the understanding, you still got the lesson, or you still got the memo, shit. You made a believe out of somebody, shit. And every time they come around you, they intimidated. And whoever this is, they can be an emperor. They could be an emperor in reverse. It's just something about your intuition, you know what I'm saying, that's intimidating. Like you very, you could be very wise for your age. You could be very, knowledgeable, you know what I'm saying, on a lot of different levels. So it ain't really like nobody can talk over your head. Like somebody can't really just, and even if they feel like they are, when they don't see you no more, or when you start, handling them different or treating them different, or they, stop seeing you less and less, they, if they spoke over your head, that's that moment, where they see less and less of you, or that time that they had with you, like it don't feel as comfortable no more after they did that. Because I'm getting somebody like, the way your intuition is, and who being who you are and standing in your power, there's not a lot of people, whoever this is or whoever these people are, that, got issues with you or feel like you either stop playing. That's a hope, you know what I'm saying? Possibly returning from the past, you know what I'm saying? This could be somebody, possibly thinking they got another opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to keep hope alive. You know what I'm saying? But they can try, you know what I'm saying? But that's one of them things where if you confident enough, you can, you'll go toward it. But most people, whoever this is not somebody that want to try you, because they already seeing how you take your own advice and you stand on what you say. And it ain't too much they can do. Don't care how they look, what they got, what they drive, who they know, who their people is. If you say it's something, you stand on it. You don't give a damn about none of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. Fuck all that. Like, it is what it is. Like, if you do this, it's that. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be like that, it's going to be like this. And that's it, period. So they are a little intimidated when they come around you. You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like your word is bond. You know what I'm saying? And that may be something that you go by. Like people keeping their word. Yeah, you got the moon at the bottom of the deck with the Nine of Swords in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody may have been in their head, feeling like, they, with this moon, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, like somebody could have been dealing with the fact that they, question their own intuition. Especially if they made you question yours. And it's something they wish they hadn't done. But, somebody could be releasing now, like gaining clarity now when it comes to this Nine of Swords in reverse. Releasing worry. It's time for somebody, to make a believer out themselves after you done made a believer out of them. Now, the goal for them is to make a believer out themselves, that they can do, whatever it is that you were capable of. Clarify, you made a believer out of me. My goal is to make one out of myself. Clarify, you made a believer out of me. Clarify, you made a believer out of me. You got the Death in reverse. Scorpio energy, yeah. So somebody was resisting change. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was not, looking at starting, something new or going on a new path, when it comes to somebody actually repeating, negative patterns. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like somebody thought, whatever it was that you and them used to have going on, like that would never be, that would never end. Like, you know what I'm saying? This person gonna always be on that same roller coaster with me. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going nowhere. They never thought you would go anywhere. They didn't think you go anywhere. Where you going? Nowhere. Well, real fast. Like somebody thought you were going nowhere real fast. You gonna do it for a long. They thought you were gonna do that for a long time. But you let something go. 10 of Wands in reverse, like you releasing, stuff that don't suit. You know what I'm saying? Your lifestyle, or was weighing you down. Like you releasing yourself from them stress and strains, them worries and shit like that. When it comes to feeling that, that weight, on your shoulders, like especially unnecessary commitments, drama, doing things, that really ain't bringing nothing beneficial, to your life, your energy, just really keeping you weighed down. So it's like, releasing that burden from yourself, 3 of Cups in reverse. Like nobody want to be part of that deception and, betrayal and gossip and shit. I feel like somebody got caught up in that too. You know what I'm saying? Now they got to make a believe out themselves with this 3 of Cups in reverse. Like somebody now could be isolating themselves. They could be, seeing now how messy, and gossipy, these third parties is they done got involved in. Like somebody starting to, look at separating themselves from this situation that they been left with. However you left somebody, whatever their situation was or what they had going on, you left that person to be that way, doing what they were doing, and now they realizing how much deception was actually going on in their life with these people. You know what I'm saying? If they thought you wasn't going nowhere, the people that did stick around, they ain't did nothing but gossip and put this person in third parties and third parties and third parties. You know what I'm saying? It's like a Diddy party. It's a party within a party and a party. A party ain't a party till it's ran all through. All right? After 3 rounds, we're going to blow off this roof. A party ain't a party till it's ran all through. All right? So that's what I'm hearing. Anybody know that song? You know that song. If you don't, that wasn't for your that wasn't during your time. What's the Death in the verse? You made a believer out of me. What's the Death in the verse? My goal is to make one out of myself. You made a believer out of me. That's too many, child. Clarify you made a believer out of me. Yeah. Ace of Swords in reverse. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, so might have missed the opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, ideas or whatever communication, confusion that they had going on when it came to, this moon started out at the bottom of the deck. So whatever somebody was in their head, kind of thinking one way and, got the wrong memo, or somebody, this miscommunication or whatever somebody thought another person said or meant or would actually do. If you cut things off with somebody in this shit, it's like this person was expecting you to go back on your word because you done did it before. You know what I'm saying? You done did it before, but it's like this person missed the opportunity. Like they misunderstood, or they, tried to say, oh, I ain't believe, I ain't think you meant like that. I ain't think you meant that for real. Ace of Swords in reverse, like some miscommunication and shit. Like somebody didn't take you serious when you said something, so it's like, or they trying to make it seem as though they heard what you said, but they didn't think you believed, even what you were saying. Like somebody didn't believe that, even if they were coming, even if they was stuck in their south node, somebody really thought you were going to be in your south node just to be with them. Or that person ain't going nowhere. I mean, I done been like this. I done been dull. I done been stubborn. I done been, a workaholic. And, done had my heart, chakra closed for a little minute now. Been confused like a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Stuck like Chuck. I done been unstable in relationships. I done been dishonest. I done, broke this person's trust. I done, created some tension. You know what I'm saying? They still been here until somebody says shit. Enough is a damn enough. To the ones in reverse, like goodbye. This is me leaving. You know, this is me going out the door. This is me getting in my car. This is me catching the bus. This is me getting on the bike. This is me walking the hell away. Goodbye. Okay, Cracker Jack, we out of here. I'm gone because I feel like somebody did not think what you said about leaving was something that they actually believed or they thought you believed either. Yeah, because something caused a breakup or separation. You releasing, pain, forgiving yourself, going through some type of recovery. Could be healing right now. Mm-hmm. You could have just felt like, shit, I give up. You know what I'm saying? This person too stubborn. They this, they that. You know what I'm saying? They thinking it's this. How did the collective make a believe out of this person? The death in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse. Mm-hmm. Two of Swords in reverse. With the Hermit at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Yep. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Like somebody, call for a damn energy back. Because I also feel like, somebody did not believe, something was going on, as far as like what they was getting. Like whatever somebody was saying or whatever, somebody was trying to tell another person, to keep them around or whatever the case may be, to keep, from looking at themselves and like projecting and shit like that. Something just too much. Something was just too much. So now it's like, whatever somebody finally seeing, they seeing it all at one time. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody seeing a whole bunch of, like somebody seeing a whole lot of things about themselves all at one time. Like if somebody, had to look within, or like you told somebody a lot of shit about themselves, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things that you feel like, was, you calling for your energy back and you saying, I'm done with this, you know what I'm saying? I don't, how you say it? I can love you from a distance, you know what I'm saying? Like that's cool. We ain't gotta be together, it's cool. I love you, in spite of, you know what I'm saying? But I gotta get on down because this, and this. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want this, and I don't want things to be like that, and it's this. You leave nothing, you leave nothing for somebody to have to question. You just kind of lay it out for someone, about how they not seeing something, and it's like the way you said something or how you express it or what you were saying about a situation is like it was a lot of information being given about them. It was a lot that you were saying, regarding whatever it was about this communication, but it's like somebody was emotionally detached. You know what I'm saying? Even if somebody felt like what you were saying didn't have any emotion in it. Because too many people, think when it's time, for a cycle to close out that they can really say, especially if they thought they could love bomb or something like that. Like that ain't, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like, when you do something enough, it gets to the point you get used to that person, ways. It's like somebody being in an abusive cycle and they know even if that person being nice, it don't take much, for the next hour or so, or less than an hour or so, for them to pick up something and try to, you know what I'm saying, take your whole head off, and they just said they'll never do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, even if they feel like, well, I got this and that, they did this. That person did that. You know what I'm saying? I may have did this, but you did that. You know what I'm saying? It's like people, pointing the finger, like going back and forth. So if it's some hidden information somewhere, it's like somebody now, my goal is to make a believer out of myself. Like telling, what they need to say, in this situation, say, what need to be said, make a decision. You know what I'm saying? When you make that decision, you know what I'm saying, there's gonna be some back and forth, or there's some too much information coming, where the back and forth is like giving somebody a lot to work with, being said, but it's like at the end of the day, you do have to make a decision, or you're gonna be sitting at a stalemate, because nobody wants to keep going back and forth and you don't have a solution. Like you still haven't, we're doing all this back and forth and we still ain't came to some type of agreement. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to release the need to control the outcome. Say, what you're going to do, make a decision, and let the, process, let whatever you said take, let it take form. You know what I'm saying? Like, let it, see what come to pass. Because I feel like somebody was unable to decide which direction they wanted to go in. Because it's like, if I'm doing this, got to look at the both sides of the situation. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at shit from your situation, your standpoint. They got to look at shit from their standpoint. If you taking accountability, for your actions, or you feeling like, even if it's me, at least I got sense enough to walk away and go work on me. You can see the work I'm doing in me. If you're going to, be watching me, you will see it. You're going to see, that I'm changing. You're going to see the changes that I make. It makes a difference. You're going to see it if you want to see it. But now that somebody, they probably watching you, they see, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't how you used to be. Like you don't feel the way you used to feel. Or if you did, you still feel that way. You still standing on it. And it wasn't nothing that you were doing just to like test this person or play games with them or nothing like that. You didn't want to be on the roller coaster with this person. It was you trying to get somebody out of their stubbornness. And you know how people try to prove to somebody like, I'm not gonna hurt you. It's like picking a stray dog off the side of the road, but you gotta convince them to even get in your car first, because they done been mishandled and tricked and misused. Every time somebody done call themselves saying they are looking like they gonna help them, and they end up abusing them. That's what I'm getting. Like somebody may have wasn't looking at both sides at one time. So if the two of swords, ever in the upright, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it was like, if they felt like in the past you was in your south node for a while and things, didn't really start making a difference until you awakened. You know what I'm saying? Your mind's eye, was activated. Your heart chakra was activated. You know what I'm saying? And it ended up being things that you started doing differently. You see it different. You speak on it differently. You know what I'm saying? You feel differently about it. You act on it in a certain way, or you don't entertain it at all. That's not something somebody was ready for. It's like, damn, when that happened? Like when they start being like this, like that. But it may have caused them to have to take a back seat, because it's something that, they can't. Whatever changes you started making out of what you normally would do when you first met this person started making them feel intimidated whenever they came around you. Your intuition, like you wasn't, your mind's eye wasn't activated then. You know what I'm saying? Your mind's eye wasn't activated then. It, you know what I'm saying? It was in the reverse. Or this was them. You know what I'm saying? So if it's in the upright, what's hidden will be revealed. What's done in the dark will come to the light. But rather, when it does, it may be a whole lot of information that, both sides may be talking about. It's like you saying something and somebody third party saying some shit. So it's like a lot of information that somebody taking in. And it's still making them indecisive. You know what I'm saying? Or it was making them indecisive. So you made a believer out of a motherfucker. Like you had to make a believer out of a person. And now that you done did that, it's like, damn, man, I got to make one out of my damn self now. Because if they done proved the fact that, I was, wearing a mask, the person I had them in the third party with was, wearing a mask, and, they wasn't genuine, like the collective was, shit, I'm left with this person now. So I ain't left with nothing but information. I ain't left with nothing but to see this person without the collective even being involved, without the collective even being, dealing with me. Because at the bottom of the deck, you got the Hermit in reverse. Like somebody was refusing to go within and look at themselves. So the goal is, let me go in and, sit with myself and see exactly why I feel like, there's some changes I need to make, or what changes I need to make. Because I feel like somebody at one time, didn't realize just how things start changing for them when you walked away. You made a believer out of somebody. We need them for shit. Is like, even if somebody, was trying to make it seem as though you was trying to get something out of them, or, you was wanted that girl or something like that wanted that pick me or something like that. I want to get something from you. I'm trying to get a little bag or purse. No, because when you walked away and stood on what you said and focused on you and release yourself from this bullshit after saying what you were saying, can't compete with somebody that, is easy to manipulate. This person was easy to manipulate, to be honest with you. And they may have liked the fact that that third party shit was going back and forth like that. And the only thing they got from it was a lot of gossip, a lot of betrayal, a lot of deception. Because even if they had you in a third party with somebody participating in some type of silent competition with you, to go back and forth with you, or with this person for their attention or something like that, it was entertainment for them. But it didn't help them no more than them having to think for themselves now to say, okay, if you still stuck with that person, if you still with that person and you still watching the collective, you still that the collective ain't missed a beat. They might reach out, you may have reached out to this person, a while or at one time, but then that was it. You know what I'm saying? Or this person did it. Because I feel like either somebody want to or they did at one time and they just let it go. Take it how it resonate. But this person now, it's their turn to, because somebody was going back and forth. Like they, could have been getting information here. Somebody saying that, they saying this. It's like one person playing another person against another, or they, being confused about what both people is saying. Somebody may say, I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else saying, oh, I'm this too. But then at the end of the day, like if somebody trying to make a choice to move in one direction only, it's like somebody they would have you in a third party with was trying their best to kind of match your energy, to keep this person in their head about who to go toward, who to give an offer to, who to believe, you know what I'm saying, who to trust. So now this person, is, or they was in, isolation. They may have been doing something out of loneliness or something like that. Because they had a little money, had, a crib, had all this stuff. But it's like they still had this conflict, of burdens that they were dealing with. It's like, damn, I got this. It's like how people say, more money, more problem. Clarify, show me exactly why you didn't deserve me. Clarify. What did they do to show you they didn't deserve you, collective? What did this person do? Show me exactly why you didn't deserve me. What did they show you? What did they do? You got the Chariot, Cancer energy, with the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. What's the Chariot? Show me exactly why you didn't deserve me. Do they show my collective? What's the Chariot? What did they do? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, show me what they did. It showed the collective they didn't deserve the collective. What did they do? Got the Ace of Cups and the Chariot out here. Show me exactly why you didn't deserve me. Thank you. I feel like somebody's saying, hell no, like I want this, I want this new beginning. Like with this Chariot out here, like this is a new beginning, like a new love. You know what I'm saying? Like this could be, you looking at the fact that somebody may want to work on themselves now. You know what I'm saying? Like they may want to speak up and say something now, when it comes to them taking accountability, facing challenges or adversity, now, even when it comes to dealing with, they inner, that need to control, that discipline, building their confidence, you know what I'm saying? Learning how to use their voice, you know what I'm saying, their words when it comes to expressing something instead of playing games or trying to, send indirect messages by way of, creating situations, you know what I'm saying, unnecessary drama. Especially opening cycles with people, that's really just out of boredom or, trying to use that as a way to fill a void or something like that. You know what I'm saying? To have, try to, because somebody didn't have no self-control, they didn't have no self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody lacked that. And you will let things like that, make you feel as though just because somebody being aggressive and trying to, come off like they want you don't mean that they actually do. You know what I'm saying? Some of them just be giving you, what they feel like gonna keep you around and making you feel like, you at the top of the list. But at the end of the day, shit, they just trying to keep you from the next person or the next opportunity or any other, good luck that might be coming your way, especially if it ain't coming, for them. If they ain't gonna be included, it's like keeping somebody around because you don't want nothing good to come. That's what I'm getting. Like somebody don't want another person to get away from them because if they life pick up, they want to be in it. And then somebody else is like, shit, if your life do pick up, shit, I'm still finna go because, you know what I'm saying? I ain't waiting around for that. Like, you ain't finna just do me no any kind of way, just because you feel like, I really ain't got nothing, shit. I may not have nothing now, but when I do, I want to be with somebody that actually value who I am, and they always did. You know how people be like, I ain't trying to fuck with nobody if they wasn't around when I was doing bad shit. I don't need you around when I get on my feet. Hope keep that same energy, keep that same mindset you had when I ain't had nothing. That's what I'm getting. What's the Chariot with the Ace of Cups? Show me exactly why you didn't deserve me. Thank you. What did this person do that showed the collective they didn't deserve me? What did this person do to my collective? What did they do to the collective? What did they do? How did they show their ass to the collective? What did this person do to show their ass? What did this person do? Holy Spirit, Holy Angels that made them show their ass. What did they do to the collective? That's too many. Let me reshuffle. Too many cards coming out. Too much information like between you and this person when it came to them being indecisive. You may have clowned this person, may have, had communication going back and forth with this person about them, being indecisive or, them, possibly, feeling like you needed to prove yourself or you needed to say more or something like that or do some more or something like that. Like, can't say no more than what you're already saying. Like, this person got to, like somebody saying, like, I didn't understand what you were saying. I didn't get that, you meant that. I didn't think you meant it like that or something like that. Or you saying it like, in a reckless kind of way or something like that. Or like forcing them or trying to control them or something like that. Or trying to make them do something like it's your way or something like that. There's two of swords in the verse. What's the Chariot with the Ace of Cups? What's the Chariot with the Ace of Cups? What did this person do that made the collective see they didn't deserve it? What did this person do? Yeah, somebody could have breadcrumbed you, like, held back. May have only wanted to come around, like, may have only wanted to come around. So it's like you want this passionate new beginning, Ace of Cups, because somebody held back from you. You know what I'm saying? They breadcrumbed you, like somebody, was a taker, like they took advantage, of, who you were and how you were at the time. You know what I'm saying? Even if you didn't really have much to give, but, your honesty, your truth, you know what I'm saying, your faithfulness at the time with this person, which is rare. Because some folks, honesty, faithfulness, and all that come at a price. And if you ain't making six figures and you ain't, driving two forklifts and a semi, you ain't finna get shit from them. You know what I'm saying? At least of all some respect. So, especially if you don't cut your own grass, like, it's a lot of shit that some folks, just ain't willing to, let down their guard and, you know what I'm saying, and put their feet up in your lap and be comfortable saying, they got it, because they feel like they need you to have this, this, and this, and all this right here. And at the same time, you all that, but you just ain't faithful. You know what I'm saying? You just ain't very compassionate at all. You ain't, somebody that's balancing your feminine and masculine energy. You know what I'm saying? So, this person, they breadcrumbed you. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This new love could be. Don't have to be. You could be this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this could be in somebody's chart. Or this, could be somebody that was low vibrational in their south node at the time. With this heart chakra being closed. Because somebody, want this passion, new beginning. Somebody wants a new, opportunity, a new, start, when it comes to the things that they feel like, comes with, what you deserve. You know what I'm saying? You could be manifesting right now. Cause it's like somebody, had only, like a little short term, like whatever reward somebody was trying to get, it was short lived. You know what I'm saying? So they showed you why exactly why they didn't deserve you. Like, you may have been willing to give this person, they just was willing to take, because they could have, been focused more on their money. They could have breadcrumbed you, you know what I'm saying? Like taking, how you felt about them and using that, however your heart was open to them. It's like somebody manipulated it, you know what I'm saying? They took your meekness for weakness. They took your submissiveness, you know what I'm saying, for weakness. That's why this person think you, need to stop playing, you know what I'm saying? They still think they got another chance with you. Clarify, stop playing. Why is that out here? Clarify, stop playing. They feel like you're playing about it. See what I'm saying? Queen of Swords. They feel like they still got a chance with you, even though you got them boundaries. Even though you gave clear communication, like, it ain't that, this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be this Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They could be. Or they could be an air sign, a water sign dealing with an air sign. Stop playing. Everybody, Queen of Swords. Everybody, Queen of Swords. This person still, they could be trying to, balance things out, but let's see, because it came out sideways, so let's get another card. Clarify the Queen of Swords. Clarify the Queen of Swords. Will stop playing. Let's stop playing with the Queen of Swords. Stop playing with the Queen of Swords. See? With the world in reverse. Like somebody feel like, there's some unfinished business. Like we got some, we got one more shot at something, or they feel like, this somebody, feel like there's still something, they feel like, that is there. But with this High Priestess in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse, somebody got some secrets, you know what I'm saying? But it's, also, somebody, wanting to avoid conflict. Like somebody had some secrets, you know what I'm saying? Or they had, some things that they were trying like to keep from, taking accountability for when it comes to accepting surface knowledge. Like somebody may have thought, oh, everybody that look like them people, man, they be, they, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that got a big button to smile, man, they all on that right there. Like they all about that. Like don't let that fool you. They look good, got a nice, you know what I'm saying? They got a nice ham on them. Shit, you still like this. They still gonna be like that. Don't let what they saying, trip you up. They just saying that. High Priestess in reverse. Yeah. But that's some passive shit, because right now, it's like, they got some curiosity questions, you know what I'm saying? Like, where that person at, what they doing now, who they with, because I see, they over here strong as hell, strong-willed, got a lot of courage, ambition, they standing in their power. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody curious about what you got going on because you sitting over here in your strength. Being led, you know what I'm saying, in the star energy, they see you attractive and they in here, they'll be kicking they own ass and talking about cussing themselves out for not finding some type of balance from juggling you. At some point now they trying to find, balance out their priorities, you know what I'm saying? Pay attention to what they put their energy and time and efforts into. Especially if they went through some type of failure, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to some type of financial dependency. Like, they may have ended up finding themselves, having to like get with people based on what they have, you know what I'm saying? Like dating people like an opportunist. What's the Queen of Swords with the world in reverse? Stop playing. Clarify the Queen of Swords with the world in reverse. What's the Queen of Swords with the world? Clarify the Queen of Swords with the world in reverse. Yeah, Four Swords in reverse. Libra energy. So somebody, stagnant, you know what I'm saying? Like they could be exhausted, like losing faith now, like feeling burnout, with this no communication, no contact, especially if you and this person not talking, they feeling exhausted, like burnout, right now, like losing faith the longer they don't talk to you. So yeah, especially if you're not accepting their offer. Like, yeah, you ain't. What's this Four Swords in reverse? What about this Four Swords in reverse? What's the Four Swords in reverse? There's about 4 swords in reverse. Yeah. Seven of Swords in reverse. See, somebody now want to take responsibility. They want to confess. They want to tell you, what's going on, like what's really been going on, like whatever the situation was, entailed, whatever it is they felt like, even intuitively, if they feel like your intuition, they scared to come around you because of what your intuition, picks up on, even if they don't tell you. But it's like, even if they feel like they still want to tell you. This is a confession. Like, this is truth being revealed. You know what I'm saying? This is them turning over a new leaf. You know what I'm saying? Or this is you. Yeah. So I want to talk about this reckless ass behavior they had, being superficial and shit. They could be a King of Swords in reverse now. I mean, they could be a King of Swords in the upright now, but clarified, intimidated by your intuition every time I think of coming near you. Somebody scared you gonna bring that shit up without them even saying nothing. Like, if they try to feel like if this person feel like they hold something back and don't tell you, they feel like you gonna be the one to tell them. And by that time, y'all face to face. Intimidated by your intuition every time I think of coming near you. Clarify. Clarify, intimidated by your intuition every time I come near you. Every time I think of coming. This is just a thought. Every time they think of coming near you, they intimidated by that. Like, they feel like you're gonna reject them. They feel like you're gonna, bring up, how they wasted your time, how they mishandled you, you know what I'm saying? Like, this separation doesn't cause, them to feel like, if they do, whenever they do come around you, it's like they know you gonna know, they had some ways about them that you picked up on, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it came to them being very impulsive. You know what I'm saying? Unreliable. It's, easily tricked and shit. Like, somebody is easily manipulated. You know what I'm saying? Or they know, they are, or they know, yeah. Yeah. They a page of wands in reverse. Like, because in the past, this person lacked direction. You know what I'm saying? And you and them may have had a lot of disagreements. You know what I'm saying? And if not that, it was just like unstable connection between you and them. Like, it was, you and this person being off balance. You know what I'm saying? Y'all were very off balance, but just because this person, was refusing, like, to be honest with and just be themselves. You know what I'm saying? And realizing that if they ain't a good fit for you, to take their ass on, like, it don't take no rocket scientist. What's the page of wands in reverse with the two of cups in reverse? Clarify the page of wands in reverse with the two of cups in reverse. Intimidated by your intuition every time. What's the page of wands with the two of cups in reverse? What's the page of wands in reverse with the two of cups in reverse? Clarify the page of wands in reverse with the two of cups in reverse. The temperance. With the queen of cups at the bottom of the deck now. They could want to, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Like, they could want to find, better ways now with the temperance out here to, because you and them may have had, like, some disagreements, on a lot of things. It may just have been, some disharmony between you and them. Whoever this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio is, especially if their heart chakra, was closed and their third eye wasn't, they were in their south node, just Keeping it a book. Like somebody was in their South Node. You know what I'm saying? And they had some, deep rooted, things that they needed to, be honest about, and work toward and work on and acknowledge. And a lot of times people don't realize, their behavior stem from certain things that trigger they mind or they, you know, actions to be, what I'm saying, what it is. For them to say what they say, do what they do, think what they think. It's things that they, be done went through, you know what I'm saying, and had the experience that makes them respond like that. So if they ain't used to somebody like standing their ground, especially women, and when they get one, it's like they're a little intimidated by it, especially if they right. Because if that's somebody that, don't want to be, what you call that, emasculated or whatever, like they don't want that. And I don't feel like that's what that was. I feel like it was just the fact that somebody, may have thought, however, they came off like it's something they know they can't make you unsee or unknow, or they know they're going to have to hear about what they caused, or, what I'm saying, how they came off towards you in all that time. So with the temperance out here, this is about balance. It's about harmony. You know what I'm saying? This is about, someone actually finding better solutions to their problem and not using, sex or, what I'm saying, love bombing or manipulation in some way, what I'm saying, mind games to get, whatever outcome that they're looking for, what I'm saying, speak up and say what you need, or, connect with your ancestors or whatever and pray about whatever it is and find better solutions thinking from your higher self. Because I feel like, as long as you get impulsive and you jump and do something just out of the fact that you got pissed off or something caught you off guard, and it rubs you the wrong way or something like that, now you doing something now you regret later. Because I feel like when somebody going at a rate of doing what you feel like other people doing, well, I'm gonna do what other people around me doing. I'm gonna do what them people on social media talking about doing. If you do that shit and that shit don't work for you, you can't blame them. Even movies that tell you watch, or even a lot of different things you see online. They'll tell you with a disclaimer: watch at your own discretion. Because if this is something your mind ain't gonna be able to grasp, don't watch it. Don't, and then watch it and then want to have the person that posted it go back and fix you because you watched something that you shouldn't have been watching. Well, I just wanted to see. Okay, well, just not go get you some damn help and stop blaming other folks for something you clicked on or you listened to, you know what I'm saying, or paying more attention to than yourself. What's the temperance? Clarify the temperance. What's the temperance? Yeah, Eight of Swords in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So somebody had some beliefs, that kind of you put themselves, like experiencing that freedom. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, when it comes to somebody like actually looking at because the Wheel of Fortune came out in reverse with the Hangman. And it's like somebody now, coming to that realization, like whatever things, if the wheel ain't turning in your favor now, don't mean it won't. You have to wait on the universe to balance things out for you, because there's some things you need to focus on doing, and until you do that, there's a lot of things that ain't gonna work out until you start doing, let the trust the process is what I'm getting. Trust the process. Because if this person intimidated by, your intuition every time, they think of coming around you, they have to, trust the process, make a move. You know what I'm saying? Like if you feeling unlucky now, shit, you gonna feel unlucky forever. But at the end of the day, shit, your luck is only based on how you feel, you know what I'm saying, about what's going on with you instead of what's going on around you. Because what's going on around you is not happening to you, it's happening for you. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing it for you, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? But you have to do whatever it takes to, to keep yourself protected, spiritually and physically. You know what I'm saying? But some people, you got some people out here that or in a lot of hate groups that want to try and test you just because they feel like, they got some support, on the end. So, yeah, we'll have to return the favor even if you do get hit by a car. Oops. Okay? Because if it was one of us, it would happen. They was looking for it during the protests anyway. They was looking, for, and they'll do anything right now, to put you in a situation where you housed, in some type of, facility where you could be surrounded by people that just don't like your kind. And that's their retaliation because, what we going to do when it's over? Ship you home in a pine box. Because their way of getting you back is to put you in some of them same situations, only in a confined environment to where, the only thing, the only people around you is the people that don't like you. Now, only are you surrounded, but just telling you. But with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, like somebody feeling unlucky, you know what I'm saying? They feel like whatever changes they coming with, like it's a setback. It's like somebody like, damn, man. Like, nah, I gotta wait, this out, you know what I'm saying? Or something that came up now, so it's like this person gotta trust the process. Because they gaining a new perspective, finding better solutions, thinking from their higher self because of these setbacks, you know what I'm saying? And it's really the fact that they need to trust the process. What's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? We're going to close out. What's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? What's the Wheel of Fortune in reverse? The Judgment in reverse with the star at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could be being guided towards you, but they moving at a slow pace. But they, got this Judgment in reverse. So it's like somebody is very critical of themselves. Like somebody, kind of, dealing with a lot of guilt right now after seeing things, for what it is. You know what I'm saying? They could be like criticizing themselves, whenever they think of like what it is, they got to come towards you and say, or the fact that they miss being around you because somebody still feels, as though you're very attractive, very beautiful, very smart, very wise, but, they could be closing out some cycles, you know what I'm saying? It may be taking a while, may move it at a slow pace because this person intimidated by you. Your strength intimidates this person. Your strength intimidates them. Your bravery, your courage. You know what I'm saying? And they're going to have to get their confidence up, so that they can overcome obstacles and master themselves and get out of this fear. You know what I'm saying? Because your strength kind of intimidates this person. But they also, feeling, guilty. You know what I'm saying? And going through some setbacks, or they know that they cause, a setback for you or something like that, or for them. Because I feel like now, they, very overly critical of themselves. Like they feeling down, about this situation. That's why when they come around you, when they think of coming around you, they, they intimidated by that. Your intuition intimidates them. Like whatever you say or whatever you speak on, you mean it. Whatever you say, like I tell people, my real ain't everybody's kind of real, and some people don't like your real if it's stepping on their fucking toes. If you end up stepping on their toes, being real and shit, nah, they don't like your real. Your real can get the fuck on down. They don't want that. Now we could be real all day long as you don't get on my head. Yeah. But they gaining a new perspective in the situation. Turning over a new leaf, seeing things differently, thinking from their higher self now. You know, but it's, you know, what's the overall outcome of this person moving forward with the collective? What's the overall outcome in this situation moving forward? What's your energy? What do we need to expect moving forward? Overall energy moving forward. Somebody, you know, coming back from this reality, you know, realizing this, all these options and whatever these unrealistic ass goals somebody had, feeling, you know, this lack of purpose, somebody getting this clarity about, you know, where to, you know, how to look within to find purpose instead of looking for it in other people, looking for you in other people. When they can, you know, start with themselves, you know what I'm saying? And they can want to, you know, hope and happiness return, like somebody want to achieve some type of peace, you know, with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, wanting some type of forgiveness with the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. They, you know, Seven of Cups in reverse came out when it comes to moving forward. So, you know, somebody's realizing now, like, whatever, you know, they were invested in or whatever, you know, whoever they were looking for purpose in or whatever they were doing that they were looking for purpose in, they're getting clarity now that that's not, you know, where they should have been looking. Like, they should have been looking at themselves. Because I feel like, you know, another person can't validate who you are if you don't know who you are. Give me some more on this. What's the Seven of Cups in reverse? Future actions moving forward in this situation. Future actions moving forward in this situation. Future actions moving forward in this situation. What are their future actions? Future actions moving forward in this situation. Yeah, you got the King of Wands. Somebody want to come in and be your protector. Releasing all these unnecessary commitments and responsibilities. Yeah. But I'm going to end it here, you guys. The Ten of Wands. Give me one more on their future actions moving forward. Give me one more. Future actions for the collective moving forward. Give me one more. Holy Spirit, Holy Angel, on this message. Give me one more on their future actions moving forward. Ten of Cups. Yeah. So I'm going to end it here. Got the Seven of Cups in reverse, the King of Wands, and the Ten of Cups out here. All right, so I'm in here, you guys. Make sure you do something nice for someone today, even if you don't know them. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on your way out for your girl, because you know I fuck with you. All right? And to those of you that genuinely love me, know that I love you too. Mwah. Bye.